Okay, great. We are going to talk about some findings from our Blue Phasma project in the Mediterranean, where, amongst other things, we have developed an evaluation tool for smart fisheries. So before I start, I should indicate that this work is being done against the background of smart cities and communities as we understand them in all around the world. And the full title of the project is the empowering of the innovation capacities of SMEs, maritime clusters and networks in med areas, islands and coastal areas, in order to support blue economy growth in fishing and aquaculture. Here's a quick picture of where the partners of the project are located in the Mediterranean. And let me go ahead and tell you about our principal goals. So 3 were the main goals. The first one is to enhance the capacity for innovation of SMEs. This can be done against the backdrop of smart cities and communities practices through transnational cooperation, through recording the level of circularity, and by supporting management, financing, and transferability. The second goal was to improve the transnational cooperation and deep networking amongst the partners. Again, this is against the backdrop of smart cities and communities in order to facilitate results that are replicable and can be transferred. And the third goal was to be able to capitalize on these results in order to support the shifting of management in fishing and aquaculture towards innovation in circular economy and economic change. In doing this, we are working within an ecosystem and the stakeholders for economic change in this area. That includes both, on the one side, providers of hardware, software developers, connectivity, infrastructure, service and content, and original equipment, manufacturers, and the end user. On the other hand, it includes new technology areas such as the cloud, big data analytics, cybersecurity, human-machine interface, and advanced systems in fishing and aquaculture. Now, in order to work with this, we're basing our work, and I will present this here a little bit, not too much. I don't want to tire you with these subjects, but we do work, as we said, against the backdrop of smart cities and communities. And our main consideration is to develop a tool that we're talking about, a self-assessment tool, but this is based on our work on interoperable readiness and willingness protocols and KPIs in reliability, resilience, and circularity. And basically in a smart city, this includes 6 categories: the environment, mobility, government, economy, people, and living. Based on this method, we can develop every time such a tool that addresses the needs of a specific category. But in order to do this, we're basing our work on cyberphysical systems. And let me just very quickly indicate what these are. They are controlled by algorithms, logic, but they are integrated with the internet and the user. Second, they include physical and software components that are very deeply interconnected And each of them is operating on its own spatial and temporal scales, and they all interact in ways that themselves can change with contexts, and application. And the information from cyber-physical systems, together with what we get from artificial intelligence, can drive what concerns ourselves. In other words, the network management systems in order to perform more efficiently in general. So with cyber-physical system, as we are saying, there is interaction along and between all the components, and this is just one brief way to indicate this. In other words, we have different operating levels that all of them are important, and at each level we have players that are operating, and all the players perform actions, and because of their actions, they bring the system that concern those players to a certain state. And all of them interact with each other in a framework of cooperation. Okay, so now let's move directly to the 8 principal concrete results from cooperation in this project. Number 1 is that we developed a circular economy consolidated knowledge base that can be used to systematize the needs of businesses in this area. Number 2, this is something that we will also summarize in the end, is the circularity self-assessment tool that is based on KPIs as a unified measure for SMEs. And in order to assess the readiness and willingness to invest, which is based, as we said earlier, on smart cities and communities indices. Okay, number 3 of the 8, we have a value chain that already has been formed, and 114 SMEs have already tested this tool, and we're just in the first year of the 3 years of this project. Okay, so moving to the 4th result, we have developed an e-network that facilitates the experience exchange and the networking, the management networking amongst all the actors. And already after this first year, we have 180 registered users worldwide, as we indicate here on this map. Number 5, in order to facilitate the immersive training and learning, we have developed Blue Living Labs of research and innovation that are able to support a deeper open innovation ecosystem that is focused on circularity, and that can then be used as a direct tool to drive economic change in this field. Number 6, we have enhanced the synergies between businesses, researchers, public authorities through this tool, the BLLs. Number 7, we have a capacity building instrument that is still building up, that integrates all the opportunities that arise from the interactions with financing, mentoring, coaching, and so on, in order to provide better opportunities for research and innovation business investment, which is in the concept of test before invest. Okay, and number 8, we are in the process of signing a Memorandum of Understanding between the partnership and private and public key actors. And already 47 entities have signed this Memorandum of Understanding. Now here I would like to go back before I finish to go back and just remind what are the essential elements of this Blue Phasma Circularity Self-Assessment tool. We have the architecture, okay, it includes different sections, which means different questions that arise depending on the answers that one gives. And that, depending on the answers, builds up two indices. And these are the Circular Economy Readiness Index. And that is just to demonstrate as it develops based on the answers of the person or the company, as it develops, then it gets back to the user and it lets the user know where is, how ready is he or she or the company within the circular economy ladder, and the user gets a medal. So the medal could be a gold medal or a silver medal or lower. And then, but with this medal, they also get some idea about where exactly they may be weak and where they could benefit by participating in this labs that I mentioned earlier, that are more or less developed for the specific needs of the different people, different companies. So it is self-directed, as the name indicates. Also, the second index is an index that indicates the willingness of the company to invest in circular economy. Of course, again based on the answers. Okay, so these are questions that are answered based on the profile of the company, and the two indicators are being formed, and then at the end we get personalized recommendations with respect to how this person or the company could move next towards the circular economy in terms of management decisions. And just to give my final slide here is just to give an idea of if we look at the results for the whole Mediterranean area. At this time, we find that in this field, the fisheries and aquaculture, the circular economy level is low. Nevertheless, the management does follow it in general, green economy and eco-thinking. However, the average willingness to invest in circular economy is quite encouraging. So looking at all the participants in the Med area, it is 3.5 out of 5, which means that they are very receptive as a market, and the market is ready for investing in it because they are receptive and they are open and waiting to search for new business solutions and drive shifting to the circular economy. So this is what we have presented, a personalized management tool for economic change. And maybe this is an opportunity from the audience. This could be an opportunity to form a critical mass for the next Horizon proposal. So with that, I thank you very much for the opportunity to share this with you.